Hello students, today we'll see Unit 5 Graph Theory. Next slide. So we'll see what is a graph. Generally a graph is represented as capital G. It's a pair of vertices and edges where V is the vertex and capital E is the edge. It is the set of vertices or nodes. You could see in this example dots, that is those dots are called as vertices or nodes, and the vertices connected by line you call it as an edge. So capital V is the set of all vertices S, U, V, W, Y, X and Z, and edge is nothing but the line that is connecting the two vertices. You could see that X is X, S, X, V, then X, U. You have here 2XV because you have two edges here joining, that is called as parallel edge. We will see it later. Then U, V, W, S, V, S, U, S, W, S, Y, W, Y, U, Y. So U, Y is nothing but U is connected with Y here, and U, Z, then Y, Z. So these are the edges. Next slide. You have two types of edges. One is the parallel edge, the other one is the loop. So the edge that is starting from the same point and ending at the same vertex, you call it as a loop, and edge that starts and ends at the same vertex. Here you could see this example D. This is nothing but a loop. So it starts with D and it takes a line here and ends with D. So that is called as a loop. And when you have between two vertices two edges, that is two lines connecting the same vertex, two or more edges joining a pair of vertices. Here A, B, when you see, you can see that it has got two edges, that is called as parallel edges. Next slide. A graph without a loop or parallel edge, you call it as a simple graph. And a weighted graph, a graph where each edge is assigned a numerical label or weight. So for this edge you assign some value. It might be a weight or it might be distance in kilometer or whatever it is, that specification when you give on the edge, that graph you call it as a weighted graph. When you don't specify anything, it is not a weighted graph. And when you have the directions, it is called as digraph or directed graphs. When you don't specify any directions, it is undirected graph. Say if the path is going to be a one way, then the arrow mark is specified from A to B. It shows that the vertex takes the line from A to B and not from B to A. So that's the meaning of directed graph. We will see the definition here. G is a directed graph or digraph if each edge has been associated with an ordered pair of vertices. That is, each edge has a direction. So from A to B we could travel, but from B to A it is not possible to travel. So such thing can be represented using directed graphs. Now we will see about simple terminologies. So undirected graph is without any directions. If a graph is drawn, then that graph you call it as an undirected graph. U and V are adjacent if U comma V is an edge. That is adjacent in the sense if it is forming an edge, U is connected to V, then there is an edge that exists between U and V. You call the U and V vertices as adjacent vertices. And E is called incident with U and V. And this edge is incident on the vertices U and V. Please get clear with these two terminologies adjacent and incident, because you have adjacent matrix and incident matrix in representation of graphs. Finally, we will be having those topics also in this unit. So just understand what is adjacent and what is incident. Adjacent is, normally we used to say that neighborhoods are called as adjacent. So when you have a u and v for this edge, the edge that is connecting the two vertices are called as u and v are adjacent, and the edge E is incident on the vertex u and v. That is the line that is touching the two vertices. You say that the edge is incident on u and v. So u and v are called endpoints. You will be representing as u comma v. And there is a next terminology is degree of vertex. That is represented as deg of v, the number of edges incident on a vertex. When you take this u vertex, you could see that two edges are incident on this vertex u. So the degree of u will be 2, whereas degree of v is 1 and degree of w is 1 and degree of k, there are no edges that is incident on this particular node. So that you call it as k is nothing but 0. So degree of vertex, the number of edges incident on a vertex, you call it as the degree. A loop contributes twice to the degree. Can you say why? Because the loop will start with the same vertex and end in the same vertex. So both ingoing and incoming as well as outgoing vertex line you will be taking as the count. So loop contributes twice to the degree. And next terminology is pendant vertex. If the degree of v is 1, degree of the vertex is 1, then that particular vertex is called as pendant vertex. Isolated vertex means if the degree is 0, for example for this k vertex the degree will be 0 because there are no edges connected to this particular vertex. So this becomes an isolated vertex. So the degree of this k vertex is 0. Example, for v equal to vertex you have u, v, w and E equal to, so these are the connected ones, and the edges are UV, UW, and again you could see that here you have UW also. Next slide. For the degree UV, U is adjacent to V or V is adjacent from U, you can say. U minus initial vertex and V is the terminal vertex. So from where it starts you call it as you call U as the initial vertex and V as the terminal vertex. And number of edges for which U is terminal vertex you call it as in degree. And number of vertices for which U is initial vertex, that is a starting vertex for the line that is starting, you call it as the, for here, so this U has out degree and this V has in degree, because you can see that the arrow mark is incoming. Loop contributed to both in degree and out degree because it starts as well as ends in the same vertex. So it contributes to 2. And here is an example. Thank you, and next we will see the representation and types in the further class.